Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the St. Patrick's Day episode of the Wine Guild. So I'm just going to wait a little bit here and see if people come in. I see we have Maureen is here. Maureen, thank you for joining. And I see 4 people are here. I don't know who everyone is, but there's somebody here. Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for joining. No fire tonight. As you can see, no fire tonight. It's too warm. Too warm for a fire. But I am wearing my St. Patrick's Day stuff. My hat, as well as my Snoopy with a shamrock shirt. So I'm all in the spirit here. Big Bones, hey, how are you? Thindu, thank you for joining, buddy. Appreciate it. And so it's the day before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Day before St. Patrick's Day. But no wine tonight, because what I did was I actually looked for a wine made in Ireland, and it doesn't exist. The only thing that does exist are these wines made from not from grapes, from berries. So berry wine, and then and mead, which is made from honey. So those are the only 2 type of fermented fruit or sugar substance type things, wines that are crafted in Ireland. So I decided not to go in that direction, and instead I would go with some beer in honor of the holiday and see how that goes. Hi, Gina. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And so before I do that, though, I don't want to deprive everyone of the usual things, which is this day in wine history, which we still have. I will have that up in a second. And then I'm going to play the original Wine Guild St. Patrick's Day episode, which if you haven't seen it, it was on my community page. But I figured I'll play it here too, just for the hell of it, before we get into it. But what I'm going to do ultimately is taste 3 types of beer. One brewed in Italy, one brewed in Germany, and one brewed in Ireland. And find out what I like about them or what I don't like about them. Because I'm not a big beer drinker, so I don't know much about it. But I can just tell you if I could tell the difference, and if I like one opposed to the other or anything like that. So let's start with our wine history minute. Very few people here today. I don't know why, but usually there's more people than this year, but that's fine. Whoever's here is here. I do appreciate every one of you for stopping by and saying hi. So let's start with our wine history moment for March 16th, March 16th. So here we go. Hold on a second here. Let's see. Here we go. In ancient Rome, March 16th and 17th marked a festival called Bacchanalia. This celebration honored Bacchus, the Roman god of wine and viticulture. Bacchus, the son of the god of Jupiter and a mortal woman, was believed to travel the countryside in a chariot, sharing wine with whomever he met. Bacchanalia's festival was filled with drinking, merriment, and wild acts of inhibition. This festival was open to all Roman citizens, foreigners, and even slaves. Worshippers of Bacchus were responsible for planting and harvesting most of the vineyards that covered the Italian peninsula. So on March 16th, we toast the followers of Bacchus, whose efforts may have laid the groundwork for the current rich Italian wine culture we know and love. All right, so there's your March 16th in wine history. The god of wine, the Roman god of wine, Bacchus, and his festival that would take place on March 16th and 17th. So let me see if anyone else joined. Hi, Payne. Thank you for joining. Ralphie, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. So what I'd like to do now is, just as a primer for this tasting, is show the original Wine Guild episode, which took place 10 years ago, I believe, on St. Patrick's Day, because the concept is similar. What I talk about in that video is what I'm doing here with the different countries that I'm tasting the beer from. So let's see if I can do this. I don't think I've shared my screen before, but I'll try it. Let's see. Okay. Hello and welcome to the St. Patrick's Day episode of the Wine Guild. What do you think, guys? How do you like our hats?
Good. Good.
Well, you know, St. Patrick's Day, everybody thinks it's about the Irish, but it really is more than that. You know why?
It's about leprechauns.
It's about leprechauns, yes, but it's more about wine than anything else, and most people don't know that, because what happened was, and this is a true story, and if you don't believe me, you can go look it up. St. Patrick, when he came to Ireland, he was originally born in Britain, right? But he was born of Roman parents, because at the time, Britain was a Roman colony, right? So he was a Roman. He goes back to Rome and becomes a priest, decides to come back to Ireland and convert the Irish to be Catholic, right? That's the story. That's how it goes. And what happened was, when he came back to Ireland, along the way from Rome, he stopped in Austria and he got some of this, which was this Austrian wine, which is basically, at the time it was German wine, but it was from Austria. And it's Gruner Veltliner is the type of wine it is. And he brought this back to Ireland, and he used this used this wine to convince the Irish to become Catholic. What do you think about that? That's a good idea. And you know how he did it? Because what he did was, well, first, let's taste it, right? We'll make sure we can smell it. You can smell it, right? What does it smell like? What does it smell like? Leprechaun? What's it smell like?
I think it's
Shamrocks?
yeah.
Smells like shamrock?
No, it smells like wine.
It's very good.
It smells like a grape.
But what he did was, in order to convince the Irish to turn Catholic, he said, I'm going to get God to turn this wine green. And he took the Gruner Veltliner and he poured it into the cup just like this. And what happened? It turned green. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
That's what he did. And all the Irish were amazed and said, wow, you know, the Christian God must have such powers. He could turn wine green. And then over the years, something got confused where people started drinking green beer, but it was actually green wine all the time that they used to drink. And over the years, it's kind of got confused. So we're going to start going back and do it the right way. And we're going to have some green wine on St. Patrick's Day. Very good. No, you can't have any, silly.
Can I smell it?
But that's the true story of St. Patrick. So in the end, St. Patrick's Day is really an Italian holiday because he was Roman. It's a German holiday because he stopped and got the German wine. And it's an Irish holiday because he came to Ireland, converted the Irish to Catholic, and drove out the snakes, something like that. Right, Nicole? Didn't he drive out snakes? Something like that? I think he did it with wine, too. Right? He poured the wine all over the ground and the snakes didn't like it. No? That's not how it goes? No. Well, all right. Sounded good. So I don't know if you were able to see that, but it was that was the origin of that stuff, of this thing. So today, what I have is three wine glasses filled with beer. And let's see if you can see them. Let's see, move this back a little bit more. And I've mixed them up, so I don't know where they come from, but I'm going to try them. But so let me, hi, Gianni, how are you? Let's see if anybody else I missed that came into the chat. Anyone who I missed, I'm sorry I didn't see you, but I do appreciate you being here, of course. And I want to welcome you, hang out with me and listen and relax and hopefully enjoy me babbling a little bit here tonight. So let's start with me trying my first wine here. Beer. I'm used to wine. All right, like I said, I don't know much about beer. I don't really drink beer, but it seemed kind of bitter. Tastes like beer. I don't know anything more than that. But Gianni, I will reveal the brand of beers when I'm done because I've marked them underneath each glass. So I don't want to know what they are yet, but I'll tell you. I mean, I know what they are. I don't know which one's which. All right, so that's one. Let me see number two. This one's less bitter than that one. I mean, it's less harsh. Like this one was harsher. This one's less. This one's smoother. Okay. And now the final one, which is darker, obviously darker. I don't know what that means in terms of beer, but what the hell? This one is the least bitter and the smoothest, I would say, if you can call beer smooth, using a wine term. No, they're not draft. They're not from a keg. They're from cans. But all right, so here's the revealing of what's what here. So, all right, so this one, which is the smoothest and the least bitter, is Killian's. Okay. So I guess that's the one I like the best. I mean, if I'm just going based on smoothness, because I don't really know about the tastes of them and what have you. Okay, and the second one that I liked, or second one I liked the second best is it's Dab from Germany. All right. And then the last one is Peroni from Italy. So I liked the Italian beer the least. For what it's worth, I don't know what it means. Just thought it was interesting to blind taste them and see how it came out. And I'm not going to drink them. I don't drink them. I really am not going to drink them, but I just wanted to taste them. So I don't know if anyone else has had similar likes or dislikes, but my like seems to be that the Killian's, which is Irish, is the one that I liked the best from a beer perspective, which is not a surprise, right? The Irish are famous for their beer, but that's how it goes, I guess. I don't know. That's how it is. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So that was that little experiment for what it's worth. And so I don't know if anyone, I didn't have much else tonight. I was just kind of laid back tonight, just taking it easy. So I didn't do much other than prepare the history video, and then I thought showing the old wine guild episode was fun. But yeah, so this is what I learned is that I like Irish beer better than German and Italian beer. Who knew, right? I mean, the whole thing with the original Wine Guild story is, obviously it's tongue in cheek, and it was to be fun, to have fun and humorous. But there's truth to it in the sense that St. Patrick, who was of Roman descent, his parents were Roman nobles that lived in Britain, to colonize Britain. So, and they were high up. They were considered powerful or wealthy. In order to do that, you had to be from an ethnic line from Italy. So he definitely was. People say that, oh, St. Patrick was Italian. They just say it, to be joking, but it's true in the sense that he was ethnically Italian, in the sense that he was born in Britain, but his descendants came from Italy as Romans in the 5th century. I'm sorry, they came in the 4th century. He was born in the 5th century. And and the whole story about the actual factual story about St. Patrick's is very interesting, because he was actually kidnapped. Once he becomes a priest, he's actually kidnapped by the Irish and brought to Ireland. And then he takes that opportunity when he was kidnapped. And I don't know why he was kidnapped or any of that part, why that reason was, but he uses that to evangelists, to convert them, to spread the gospel, spread the Catholic gospel, and convert them. So it's a very interesting story. I mean, some of the things, they don't know exactly when he was born or exactly when he died, but they know some typical ranges of when these things happened. But it's quite an interesting story, and how he became the patron saint of Ireland. I'm not really sure how that happened, but he is credited with being the main force that turned that island to be Catholic or Christian, at least. At the time, there was just Catholic. But interesting stuff. So that's where I came up with the idea of the whole. It's a three ethnic holiday. I threw in the German part as the stop away from coming from Rome to Britain, because I wanted to taste that particular German beer, which was actually Austrian at the time. So it was a fun thing. And then, of course, I did the old St. Patrick's trick of pouring the wine in and watching it turn green. So you can't beat that. Of course, you got to turn Catholic after you see that stuff. It's powerful magic. So, oh, hi, Todd Father. I didn't know you were here. So thank you for joining. So who else? Is anyone else here that I missed? Gianni. Every St. Patrick's Day, I think of Chris Maltasanti. That's a funny one. That is a funny episode, Gianni. That's funny how he describes hell as to what it is. It's pretty funny. Oh, Chris, I'm sorry to hear that your grandfather passed on St. Patrick's Day. That must bring back, that's just that's not a fun memory. But you have a St. Patrick's prayer card. Oh, interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that St. Patrick prayer card. I don't know what that prayer is. I guess I could look it up, but that's interesting. Yeah, too long to type. Don't worry about it. Don't bother. 25 years ago, Chris. Okay, yeah. So, so St. Patrick. Here's another fact of a historical fact. St. Patrick's real name was Maewyn Succat. Maewyn Succat, right? Interesting. I mean, who would even know? Who would even think? Maewyn Succat was his name. And he took Patrick when he was ordained. He took that as his name when he was ordained in Rome to become a priest. So more historical facts for you there to throw around. And what else is going on? I don't know if anybody else, celebrates St. Patrick's Day. I never really celebrated it. It's not something that, if you're really Irish, I guess you do that. But it was nothing that was ever celebrated in my house other than, the usual stuff, the usual Hallmark holiday type of thing. That type of stuff, like put up a shamrock, that type of stuff. That's what went on. But I don't know if anyone had any traditions that they did. I mean, I always went to the Irish parades. So I always went to the St. Patrick's. I love those parades because I love the bagpipes. Those things were always fun to watch. Just the perfect thing to march down the street with. And New Jersey was always famous for that. Always famous for having good parades. You have, right, even today, you have the Hackettstown one, which is close to May. You have the Morristown one. You have the Hoboken one. You have the one in Nutley. You have one down the shore. I don't know if it's, I don't know where. Definitely down the shore, there's one too. I'm not sure where that is. Somewhere in Ocean County, I believe there's a parade. But they're all good parades. They have a lot of bands and talent, instrumental talent that march them. They're great. They're great. And I always used to take my kids there when they were little. They used to love it. They used to love going to those parades. But so that's what's happening. So I know that we haven't had I haven't been around in much of the chats lately on YouTube, so I don't know what's been going on. Been very busy at work, so that's where I've been spending most of my time. I know that Tommy didn't do a show yesterday or the day before because he had issues to deal with, which he's fine. In case anyone was wondering, I talked to him and he's totally fine. Belmar, yes, Chris, Belmar, you're right, absolutely right. That's always been a big one. Belmar, always been a big one. And the Morristown one is pretty darn big too. That one's big. And Hoboken, I mean, Hoboken always had it, but I remember like it was canceled because of there was fights or something or some type of like bad stuff going on there as a result, and then they ended up canceling it. But I don't know if it's back on or not this year. They had it this year. I'm not sure, but and Point Pleasant had one. Okay, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of them have it, and it was always interesting to me because it is winter and it's cold, but people, they come out for them. It's a fun thing, I guess. Fun thing for them to do. They come out in the parade. And so yeah, so that was it. And of course, one of the traditions that I always had was watching The Quiet Man, John Wayne in The Quiet Man, which is an amazing film. I don't know if anyone's watched it or if you're into old movies, but that's the movie to watch. It's such a great movie. It's directed by John Ford, one of the best directors of all times. He famous for doing westerns, John Wayne's westerns. He's just a great director, and the story is it's a fun story. It's well produced, well shot, well directed. It's just something I always watch, and it's great. I'll be watching it tomorrow because I have it recorded. So, and it's probably going to be on TV somewhere. It always is. But let's see what else is going on in the chat here. I haven't been watching too much. Christopher, the alcohol is like antifreeze. Yeah, it preserves them. It keeps them warm, right? Well, this green beer stuff, I never really was appetizing to me, but I used to see people drinking them. Cheap beer, green colored. They don't care. They just want to drink. Gina, no, I have not. I've heard about it, but I've never been there. I think I've driven past it actually, but I've never gone in and eaten or stayed there or, spent some time there. But I want to. I have a friend of mine that lives near there that always, asked me to come by, and I've never done it. So that's definitely something I want to do. I want to go there to that restaurant. Gianni, you live in Hungry Hill. Oh, interesting. In Massachusetts. Interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, there's tons of Irish in Massachusetts. Like Irish in the sense that they've kept their ethnicity. So yeah, that's a bastion for it. And and where Tommy and I grew up in Belleville, it was mostly Italian, but there was Irish there too. So it was I always jokingly described Belleville as Italian with a little Irish, and that's what we were. Everybody we knew was either Italian or Irish, and there were a lot of mixtures. A lot of like family blending where people are both, and so it's a good culture. The two cultures have the Catholic faith that's in common. They have similar cultural backgrounds that blend. I don't know, and I know there was the conflict because of the immigration and stuff like that, which kind of resonated for many, many decades. But if you just step back and not look at that, you look at the traditions and the cultures. There, a lot of it's similar, especially deep in the Catholic faith. That's very important. And I remember in college I took a course on Irish stage, and I learned a lot about the Ireland culture and where it comes from, and it's a very freedom craving culture. And to me, that always attracted me because I think it's like Americans. You would hope Americans value their freedom and want their freedom. And the Irish, for the longest time, have always wanted their freedom from the English, and this and it resonates in the culture and in the plays that they wrote. The Irish stage plays, which we had to read, and then we had to go see some of them. So it was an interesting course, and I learned a lot about it during that. Johnny likes Irish music. Yeah, sure, absolutely. The Irish fiddle, right? The fiddle. And the bagpipes too. The bagpipes are shared by the English and the Scottish and the Irish. So it's like they all kind of share that. And many cultures have had the bagpipes. If you look back, like the Roman army used to have, bagpipes. They were different. If you looked at them, they're different. Um, and I don't think they're a direct descendant at all, but the concept was the same. The concept of capturing the air in a bag, capturing the air first, and then blowing it out through the flute or the horns. So it's a common thing, but they've really perfected it. The Scottish are perfected it. And as I was playing that's Scotland the Brave, that's Scottish. People always busted me and say, "Well, you're playing Scottish music on St. Patrick's Day." I just like it. I like that song, so that's why I played it. So, but it's the premier bagpipe song, in my opinion. That's why I love that song, especially for marches and parades. They're always playing that song, so it's good stuff. um, let's see what else is going on in the chat here. Let's see. St. Patrick's Day is the song "Danny Boy." Yeah, Danny Boy. Right? Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Johnny dated an Irish girl. Colleen O'Hare. Yeah, well, that's Irish. You can't get more Irish than that. Colleen O'Hare. Oh, you mean, and what about the bagpipe version of Amazing Grace? I mean, you can't beat that. That is that's the premiere. Um, that you can't beat that. I mean, my friend, when his mother, well, both his father and his mother died, they had a bagpiper playing there, and it gets you. At the when we went to the funeral and we went to the burial site, the bagpiper came and was playing Amazing Grace, and tears just come out when you hear that. It's just so powerful under the circumstances. Um, Godfather, have I ever been there? No, I'd like to go. I have not. I have not. I've never been to Europe. I always say that I wanted to go. I've never gone there though. I'd like to go to Ireland. I'd like to go to Italy, and I'd like to go to Germany or Austria. I'd like to go to any of those places. I'd like to go to because they're all rich in such history. I'd love to see them and experience them firsthand. That would be awesome. Oh, Gina, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Right, Dindo. Yeah, buddy. Right. Amazing Grace. That knocks you out. It overwhelms you with emotion. That when you hear that, it's just very powerful. It's his name, Patio Furniture. Absolutely. Hey, Joey. Hi, Joey. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. What else is happening here in the chat? Joey Melrose, thank you for joining. I did say hello to you, Joey, but I just wanted to say again, thank you for joining. So really, that's about it. I mean, I don't know. I don't have much else. Just like this was going to be a laid back kind of episode anyway. I wasn't planning anything crazy. I just thought it would be interesting to taste the beers and see how that ended up. And no surprise, the Irish beer is the better beer, at least in my opinion, it is. But that's coming for someone who doesn't drink beer. So I don't know. I'd love to hear what a beer expert says. I know a lot of these days, everyone's into the IPOs or whatever you call them, IPAs, where they're like microbreweries and they're all into the tastes and the various beers and such. But not my cup of tea. So I wonder if someone who's into that stuff, I would assume you develop palate taste much like you taste with wine. So they probably know, they probably have a distinct ability to tell the difference here. They'd probably be able to tell the difference between those wines in the sense that, this one's Killian's, this one's whatever, this one's Peroni, this one is whatever. I mean, it's just like anything else. You develop that palate, do it enough, you'll be able to tell it. What else is happening here? Anything else? So I don't know if anyone has anything to bring up or anything. I could drop the link if anyone wants to come on, talk about anything. Since I'm out of stuff to talk about, actually. Which is why why I don't do a daily show like Dean do and Tommy and Ralphie, because they have the gift of gab, so to speak. I do not. So I could not do this continually over and over again. So let me drop this link in case anyone wants to join. They're more than welcome. Hi JJ, thank you for joining. Oh no, yeah, no, that's hey, listen, I appreciate everybody even just watches. Never mind joining. I just figured I'd put that up there in case anyone wants to, Todd Father or anybody else wants to join, and BS a little bit. But like I'm out of it. I'm out of my content here. I did my beer tasting. I did my day in wine history, and I did my throwback to the original St. Patrick's Day episode. So I'm kind of out of material. Hey Gerard, nice to see you. You just got here. You missed my whole talk and babbling about the Irish. So you could go back and listen. You would know a lot more than I would, but I was talking about my experience with the Irish stage and Irish culture. I read a lot of those plays and everything in college, and I was talking about that a little bit. Arm distance. Hey, buddy. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. So that's really it. I know that. Oh, that's right. Top Father's at work. He can't join. He's at work. What am I doing? What am I thinking of? I see him in the chat, and I just didn't think about that. Or he's going. He's either at work or he's going to work. So he can't really join. But yeah. So that's what's going on without Philly. Joey Melrose. It's a real. Philly has a nice. Oh yeah, Philly does. I didn't know that. I'm always hesitant about Philly's public events because crazy things happen. So I don't know. I know New York will have theirs tomorrow. They always have it on St. Patrick's Day. And believe it or not, Newark still has a St. Patrick's Day parade, which to me was always shocking because there's no Irish at all left in the city. But they have it. They had it last Friday. It's a very small little thing, and it goes and it ends at McGovern's, which is the notorious Irish bar there in downtown Newark. Still solidly Irish bar. And that's where it ends. So that the people come from all over. I guess specifically for that, they all go to that bar afterwards and celebrate. But yeah, it's so it's interesting how these traditions still survive, even in areas where the people that brought that culture are no longer there. They moved to other areas. So. Yeah, so that's so I don't know if they still televise. I think they do still televise the New York City, the Manhattan St. Patrick's Day parade. I remember I used to watch that when I was a kid on TV, and I think they still do it. It's always a massive parade, and the police bands are there, which are great. The police have great bands. But I always remember it like snowing and stuff and crazy weather. I remember seeing that on TV and saying, "Wow, how the hell are they having a parade?" But what's going on in the chat here? Here's to the health of your enemies' enemies. Absolutely. And what are we saying here, Joey? Gerard? Last night about the Irishman movie. Frank's daughter name is Mary Miller. You can find her on Facebook. Interesting. And what else here? I don't know if anything else is happening. If anyone wants to come on, I did drop the link. Wait a minute. What did I do with the link? Here it is. Don't know if people want to come on, and I don't want to force anyone to come on or push anyone to come on either. Oh, wait. The crossing guard is here. Hold on. The crossing guard is here.
How are you, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm not a beer drinker, but however, I do have beer in my refrigerator
Mm-hmm.
in case I get company. And once in a while, once in a blue moon, that's exactly what I have in my refrigerator.
Yeah.
It's blue moon.
Yeah. I honestly, I don't have beer I do have beer in the house only because I keep it in the basement for like during the summer when we have barbecues and people ask for it. I don't drink it myself. I just
Yeah.
don't.
I drink it. I got a 6-pack of Blue Moon. It's got to be in there like maybe, I don't know, 5 months. And once in a while, I have a desire for a beer. And in case company comes over, but
Yeah.
then everybody drinks Blue Moon.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Is that good or bad? I don't know if Blue Moon's good or bad or anything like
Blue
that.
Moon, well, Blue Moon to me, I mean, I like it. I mean, in the summertime, they make Blue Moon apricot. So that's the only beer that I drink if I'm going to drink beer. I've had Rolling Rock, I've had Budweiser, I've had a couple. I just don't care for beer. I just don't care for it. But like I said, once in a while I'll drink it. But I want to say, very interesting show, good show. Of course, I learned something as always. And a question I want to ask you because I got to make this short because I'm still working. I got to cross the kids. The kids are still out.
In the dark, they're out. Older kids.
Well,
Older kids need to be crossed.
I got the lantern, so they crossed by the lantern. What I was going to say is, I see you're going to do another tea show.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Good. I have three additional flavors that I didn't do last Sunday, so I'm going to do them this Sunday.
But I want to correct you on something, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
You're drinking tea and you're holding the cup. Make sure that your pinky extended like this when you're drinking. Yes. Put the pinky ring on.
I need a pinky ring first. I don't have a pinky ring. I got to get one.
Well, ask Sticks. He'll let you borrow one of me. We'll let you borrow one of his. All right, but good show.
All right. Thank you for joining.
Everybody in the chat, stay well. I'll see you tomorrow morning if you join me. And Ant, take care, buddy.
Take care. Bye-bye. Okay. So that was a nice little interlude from the crossing guard there. And I'm just looking in the chat, see if I missed anything here. Nancy, what is that vest? He's the crossing guard, Nancy. Come on. You know what that vest is all about. Come on. You know that. I see somebody talking about Chicago. I guess Chicago. Yeah. Chicago. Here we go. Hey, buddy. How are you?
What's going on?
Just hanging out a little bit.
See my new name?
Crossing guard training. That's classic. That is classic.
All right, just so everybody knows, I'm not drinking tonight. Okay, I got to work.
Good boy.
So I'm gonna behave tonight, but tomorrow's a whole new day. So I'm off tomorrow night, man. Maybe I'll have to bust out on a show again. Who knows?
There you go. Hey, listen. Well, tomorrow they call tomorrow amateur night. You don't want to be caught with the amateurs tomorrow. You
want to know what's funny is in 2020, right before the St. Patty's Parade in Buffalo, it was a Saturday night. In my off season, because I didn't do a lot of DJ work or whatever, I used to do Lyft. I used to drive Lyft. Mm-hmm. So it was a big party night, and I remember everybody, getting their last, hurrah in before they were going to shut everything down. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was like a big debate. That was like a big debate here in Buffalo that, are they still going to let the parade go? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the mayor shut it all down. He told everybody, you dare go out or do anything, you'll be dealt with, more or less. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's crazy. I remember I was driving like a party of like 4 people from like one bar to another, and this girl kept coughing, and that's when the virus was brand new. It's coughing and coughing, and I'm like, oh my God, this girl's right behind me, whatever, and she goes, oh, I swear to God, I'm drunk and I was choking on a hot French fry. I said, okay. So
hopefully.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, I made it. I didn't get nothing off, but I stopped. I haven't done that since that Saturday night. It was the last time I did it 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, yeah, that was like the height. That was when it all hit, just right around St. Patrick's Day. It all hit like it was the beginning of March when it hit, and then everyone was in their full panic by the time St. Patrick's Day got here. So
Yep.
it was bad timing. Bad timing.
It was only supposed to be shut. Everything was only supposed to be shut down for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And
right.
you know, it
2 weeks.
obviously it lasted much longer. So
Yeah.
But yeah. So are you gonna finish those things in those glasses there, or?
No way.
Because I know probably there's some Irish people watching. They're probably gonna be mad if you don't finish them.
Well, there's going to be some angry Irish in the house tonight because I'm not doing it. This thing, the other thing is with beer with me is it might cause a gout attack, so I can't.
Oh no! Don't say that.
Never try. I will never drink this much beer because it could cause a gout with me. So I don't do that. So, but
Wow.
yeah. But and hey, look, I'll leave it outside for the deer. Maybe the deer will drink it or something. I don't know.
Oh, you'll have deer puke all over your lawn.
I know. I tell you what, the raccoons will friggin' drink it. That's for sure. Those bastards.
All right, put it right in a big bowl for them. Then mix it all together. They will drink it.
They will. I mean, those bastards. They attack my bird feeder all the time. I tell you.
Oh, now it's payback. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Here you
got cameras. You got cameras outside of your house or anything? Just set it on where you put the bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
You might have something that'll go viral on your hands there. You never know. But then PETA will be after you for getting raccoons drunk.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Oh, yes, exactly.
Double-edged sword. You never win. Why did I go this way? I went the wrong way. I mean, still gonna lead me to the same place, but I never go this way.
Well, what's the weather like there? Is it bad now? Or
it's beautiful out here. I think it's like 50 degrees almost. Like like normally I'm, bundled up. I feel like I can go out in a t-shirt right now.
Yeah, that's the way it is here. It's warm. It's warm today.
Yeah, it'll be about 19 below tomorrow morning.
Well, I saw that Saturday it's going to get cold again here. So
yeah, that's why I don't even pay attention to the weather. It's pointless over here.
And it's this up and down roller coaster that makes no sense. It's
and it messes
crazy
with everybody's sinuses and moods and everything. It's unfortunate.
Hey, Mike John, thanks for joining, buddy.
Yeah, I can't see the chat right now. I'm driving, number one, and number two, I haven't switched over there. But
no, I hear you. Let's see. Yeah, it was just Mike John joined. Who else? Is there anybody else here that joined? Mama, 4 boys. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Of course, Gerard is here. Let's see. The crossing guard is here. Bill, even though he said he had to go.
Yeah, today's my Friday, so I'll go into work, get through this, and then I'm off for the weekend. But next week I'm going all the way through though. I got a party Saturday night and another party, Friday night, and then another one Saturday night, and then still be working my normal job. So it's gonna be a long weekend, or a long week, I should say.
I got to be honest. I give you a hell of a lot of credit for what you do because I could never do the change in the sleeping like you do. Like, how do you do that? How do you switch that sleeping cycle on the weekends? You're right. You're sleeping during the day, right?
I kind of don't, to be honest. I mean, I don't. You know what it is though. A lot of the times, when Friday hits, I'm so exhausted from the week, from the whole week that I'll pass right out at 9 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Because I know I'm off and I know I don't have to be anywhere, and I'll just, if I get comfortable, it's over with. But then the problem is with that is I'll wake up at 2 a.m. wide awake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But originally, the overnight thing was to, save a whole bunch of money on daycare, and it did. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For both of my kids. So I mean, it was kind of not having a choice at that point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a win-win more or less that, I can make money while everybody sleeps and, save a lot of money on, the childcare,
Yeah, sure. Right.
But yeah, we still got to do that Snoop Dogg thing and that Snoop Dogg wine, and,
we'll do it.
I'll have my wife on standby and she'll just grab the bottle from me. after I pour my first glass. So
Yeah, we'll definitely do it. I have that already. I bought it, so we'll definitely do it eventually.
So I guess there's a thing on there that you scan and it tells some sort of story, correct?
Yeah, I haven't scanned it yet, but I've seen it. It's on the label.
So I'm wondering if you can scan that and somehow record that so everybody could see what it does when you do scan it. You know how you make your little information videos on the different grapes and stuff like that. I wonder if you can do that, incorporate that in the show.
I'll try. Yeah, why not? I'll try and see what that is.
That way, I mean, everybody can kind of see, what it's all about. Instead of trying to do it on live and from one of our cell phones, I don't know if you can convert that to, one of your own videos. Like
what I could do is, I mean, once it comes on the cell phone, what I could do is I could screen record it, and then like convert it that way. I wonder if I'll get like a copyright hit. I don't know. Who the hell knows?
Well, maybe there's got to be another video out there already, probably. So you could probably just
it's true.
Borrow it more or less. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
For fair use or however they say it. So, yeah, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, so, it's a nice marketing gimmick. It really is. It gives you something to do. Anytime you give something to do in addition to the product you're buying, that's a plus, and people will go for it.
And that's the thing too, is like I've never heard anybody say that that I've known that drink it say, oh my God, it's horrible, it's nasty. You know what I mean? Like I've always heard pretty good things. So yeah.
Stiggs likes that 19 Crimes brand. He said he likes it. He's got it. So it can't be all bad. It can't be bad. Just because Snoop Dogg's ugly face is on it doesn't mean it's bad.
I hear you. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fun. I don't know what happened to Ralph. Did he drop off when I came on?
Yeah, he dropped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he still had his vest on. I don't know what he has his vest on at this time. I don't know what he's doing at this time, but crossing adult kids, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I have all types of props and stuff for my photo booths, and after seeing this vest all the time, man, I think I'm gonna have to go over Thendu's and grab a few of them and use them as props now. Get a couple hard hats, some hammers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might be a hit.
Yankees is here.
Oh, great.
Great. He's in the chat at least.
There goes my mood. Can't shake this guy for nothing, man.
Gianni says, I couldn't waste the money on a Snoop Dogg wine. Well, listen, you don't know.
No. We will find out. That's why we're going to do this.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
That's why we're going to do this. And but I was going to say, would you waste your money on Snoop Dogg weed? Because that's probably pretty good. You know what I mean? So,
does he have that? Does he have like a legal?
He's gotta have something in that game. I mean, he shows up high everywhere. He admits it. Him and Martha Stewart smoke together.
Yeah, I mean, I know Mike Tyson does. Mike Tyson makes a lot of money off of weed. He has a farm in California, and from what I understand, it brings in $500,000 a month in gross. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's big money, man. Big money.
Yeah, and here I'm going to sling some fruit, and I guess it's who you know, right? So
yeah, well, that's so it goes, right? But
but yeah, it's I'm excited for that. I don't know when I can do it though, because this week I'm completely busy. So maybe the following week.
Yeah, there's no rush.
I got to look at my.
There's no rush. You let me know.
Okay, yeah. I got to look at my calendar because I know I'm going to start getting pretty busy on the weekend soon. So.
Oh yeah.
Wedding
season soon, right?
Yeah, I mean, people are getting married like earlier and later in the year now. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. Just
yeah, well, that's good for you. Do you ever do like confirmations and communions and things like that too, or no?
No, not really. No, mostly,
No.
you know, if anything, like, you know, like surprise parties, like, you know, 50th anniversaries or 50th
Yeah.
birthday. Like I'm doing a 40th birthday Friday night, you know. But I mean, I try to, you know, I try to do like, you know, weddings and corporate events. That's my, you know, that's where I
Yeah. No,
target
that's
more
good.
than anything. That's where
No, that's
where
good.
the bigger money is, and you know, but don't get me wrong. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to really refuse anything if it's presented to me, you know.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but it's fun. I haven't had my ears ringing in a while, so I can't wait to get back out there and blast some music.
Do you put earplugs in or no?
I do, yeah, yep.
Yeah, you have to, right? I would think you'd have to.
Yeah, you know, it's I've always been a kind of a sound geek. You know, when I was, you know, younger and driving, you know, I put a sound system in my car, and then it got stolen. Then I put another bigger one in there, and you know, I got an alarm, and then, you know, then I started working at Circuit City, and you know, always had a loud home theater and or car system. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I had hearing damage probably well before I ever started to DJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, you know, I spent a decent amount of money on some earplugs, and they're, you know, they work pretty well. You know what I mean? They you know, they're supposed to take out the harmful frequencies, you know, of the music. So yeah. So and I'll tell you what, when I forget them or if I can't find them or whatever, you definitely know the difference between when you use them and when you don't use them.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So, yeah.
Yanks has got a comment for you. ALV, the only time he works on the weekend, the only time he works is on the weekends because he damn well doesn't when he goes to his real job.
Has anybody ever heard our conversations together? Like in what he describes that he does?
No, I've never heard what he describes.
I mean, his job gives him like a budget of like $5,000 to spend on his office chair, for crying out loud. I mean, how could I mean? I really want to, you know, him and I talk back and forth. You know, we have each other's phone number. I want him to text me a picture of this chair. I really do. I really want to see it. And you know what the best part is going to be? Is the gigantic indent that his ass leaves in it, because that's where he sits. So,
Oh man.
You know, so he's got nothing on me. You know, he gets up and peeks out the window a little bit, puts YouTube on pause for about 45 seconds in a 12-hour shift. You know, he's got his own bathroom in his office. He can call the cafeteria and get his stuff delivered to him for free. You know, so I don't want the word work for him doesn't belong in the same sentence as far as I'm concerned. So
he says, don't listen to him because he lies.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm lying real bad right now. And everybody in the chat, you know, a lot of them probably listen to us too in the morning.
Oh yeah.
They know.
Sure. Yeah,
they know.
Yeah.
They know.
Too funny.
Yeah, Yankees. Like I said, I can't shake the guy. He's everywhere. You know what I mean? I could probably go in a community about making butter or something, and Yankees will be in the chat. Hey, how you doing with the handshake symbol? You know,
he's got your number.
Up?
He's got your number. He follows.
Yeah, like I said, I think he secretly works for YouTube.
Yeah.
I think he works for YouTube, and he's like a mole. You know what I mean? And he you know, he investigates all of our sorry asses. So.
Yeah, it could be. You never can tell.
I mean, a man can have his opinion, right? I mean.
Yeah, sure.
But, Yankees, you asked for it, buddy. You asked for it. I don't know what else to say. You know, and I'm going light. I'm going light right now. I didn't even crack my monster to open yet. I was flying on that right now. You wouldn't get a word in edgewise.
Oh boy.
You think I'm rough without it? You can ask Dean, do.
Oh,
He's
yeah, I
heard
can
me on my
imagine.
monster before.
That stuff,
So,
yeah, that stuff's bad. That stuff's bad news.
I know. Believe me, I
Don't
know.
drink it too much. Don't drink it too much.
I drink it every day. I have a can a day before my shift starts. But I don't know. I don't want to. And there, like I said before, there was a time where I went like 3 months without one. I would just drink coffee and soda or whatever. And I don't know. Then slowly but surely, like one day I was like extremely tired. I'm like, all right, time to break the cycle here.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, you need
but
it.
yeah.
You know?
Any word from Stiggs? I think did he set a show for tomorrow morning?
I don't know if he sent one up yet, but I did chat with him briefly. He's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, there's no issues there. He's I think he'll be back tomorrow. I was surprised he wasn't back today, so he might have had some things to do, but he'll be back.
He's got to be twitching right now.
Yeah,
Not hitting live for 2 days, 48 hours. He's got to be beside himself right now.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no thumbnail up yet, but
I'll tell you what, taking a few days off though is definitely nice. It's you feel like you feel like you've been cleansed.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you, I said this at the beginning. I could never do what you guys do, in the sense that you go on every day and you talk every day, and I can't do it.
And it's funny because like yesterday, Thindu came on the show, and Don, I think, both asked, "Oh, what's the topic today?" I'm like, "Do I ever have a topic?" Like, it's like, what are we going to get ourselves into and then start ripping on each other about? I mean, that's my topic.
Right.
It's I go on there with no. There's been times where I've like ranted about something and then we talk about it, but other than that, it's basically just. Guys help me.
Ralph said that there is a thumbnail up. I didn't see it. If it is, I didn't see it. Let's see. Maybe I missed it.
Thumbnail of what?
Of Stiggs.
Oh, is there? Okay.
I don't see one. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I see the 14th was the last one I find in here. I don't know what he's.
Oh my God, dude! Can you go any slower?
Oh wait, here we go. I found it. 317. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it up. Okay.
I think the guy in front of me was drinking the same shit you were just now.
Drinking the green stuff, the green beer.
I think he's doing the red stuff.
The red stuff.
Yeah, I think he topped off with some of the red stuff there. Yeah, you gotta put that. By the way,
You cut that. I didn't hear that. What was that?
I said you got to put the bull out for the raccoons.
Oh yeah. I think I will. The thing is, I got to get it on. I got to get it on film. though. I got to get it on film. That'd be great. Watch them stumbling and drawing all over the place. That would go viral. That video.
Yeah, but like I said, you might have some backlash.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sensitive people around. But all right, sir. I just pulled into my parking space here, and I appreciate it. It was a nice way to drive in. So, everybody in the chat, be good tonight.
Yep.
And I should be on in the morning. Hopefully, my mobile data works in my work parking lot. I'll have to do my show in the driveway again. So, but I'd like to say, buddy, except for Yank. He can, like Ralph says, go scratch. Send it like that. How about that?
I was trying to add the.
All right, Anthony. I'll see you. What's that?
I tried to. I don't know. I tried to add. I don't know. It didn't work. Anyway, but no. Listen. Have a great night. Thank you for joining. Don't work too hard, and I'll see if I can get my ass up early enough to listen to you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds
Take
good.
care.
All right. Bye-bye. I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I think that was, look, I said this was a laid back show anyway, so we didn't have much to do today, but I do appreciate each and every one of you for joining. And I hope everyone who will be celebrating tomorrow does it wisely and does not act stupid, or just be careful. There's a lot of crazy people out there, especially on holidays like St. Patrick's Day, because they can't control themselves. So just be careful and enjoy it with your family if you can. If you're into celebrating, do it, and just be like me and stay home and watch The Quiet Man. It's much better than going to these bars and drinking this swill, whatever this is. It's just can't be good. Green beer, come on. But anyway, so I thank you again, all, and I will talk to you soon. So have a great night and a happy St. Patrick's Day from the Wine Guild to you. End broadcast now.